I never really felt like an Hermes girl, but that purchase... Hi and very welcome! My name is Mary, this is my channel Lumi Level Up, and I'm a luxury lover on an average income trying to be more mindful with my money. Today we have quite some things to cover, and to be completely honest, I'm somewhat excited because I bought my very first Hermes item ever. I know, as a self-declared luxury lover, I'm super late to the Hermes garden party. Pun intended, and no, I did not buy a bag. I think that would be quite a big step for the very first item from a brand, especially from that brand. I would absolutely consider it an Hermes classic, but with a twist, in a quite rare limited edition style. If you are one of my very early viewers, you might remember a video I did in August of 2021 that already had the title My Very First Hermes Purchase, You'll Never Guess What I Got, and the thumbnail said that it came without a box. That video had a fun twist, if I may say so myself, because I didn't purchase any physical items back then, but Hermes stocks. And I'm happy to report I held onto them for more than 2 years now, and I'm at more than 60% profit with them at the moment. I told you to invest back then as well, but that's just a side note. This time I actually purchased an Hermes physical item. And since there are some points that I want to cover in this video, I think I'm going to tell you the structure I came up with. And if you are just interested in a certain part of that video, you can jump to that point. I'll leave the timestamps for you down in the description box. But of course, I would be very happy if you watch through the entire thing, because maybe there are some fun facts and facts that might be interesting for you. We'll start with my strained relationship with Hermes, leading to what I bought and why. Then the actual unboxing part of the item, which, spoiler alert, I did already film way before this video. I bought the item back in early July and I already wore it as well. After the unboxing, there will be a call for help out to all the Hermes experts, because I do have some questions. We'll finish with my summary. If I think it's worth it, if I'm hooked with Hermes, and if I will start my Hermes journey now. And if I might already have the next item on my wish list. So let's start with my strained relationship with Hermes, which I've been wanting to cover in its own video for like forever. It's not that I don't like the designs or that I would deny the craftsmanship and state that the pieces are not worth their pricing or anything like that. For the longest time, I just personally didn't feel too drawn to the brand because it felt very mature, very serious and somewhat out of reach to me. Back in the days when I started my luxury journey, if you want to call it that way, around the 2010s with Louis Vuitton, there still was way more of a hierarchy with Louis Vuitton, Chanel and Hermes, top tier. And since I was a college student working as a waitress back then, I never even would have considered that I could purchase something from that highest level of luxury brand. Even just being able to buy my very first Louis Vuitton bag, I'm not sure. You can't see it, it's there, the Speedy, is a thing that for quite a while I didn't expect to ever happen for me. And back then, neither was the luxury community on YouTube already that big, nor did most luxury brands have great online stores with the prices visible. So there was even way more of a myth surrounding it. You did not really know that well what the items actually do cost. So in my mind, Hermes probably was even way more expensive than it probably actually was. And when year after year, bit by bit, more information started to be available, online for example, and I learned about wait lists for Hermes bags, and later on even required purchase history for certain bags, that just didn't resonate with me. I never built that kind of luxury love relationship with Hermes as I did with Louis Vuitton, for example, back in the days. Of course, by now I know that it doesn't have to be a bag for 10, 15, 20k. I know that there are nice pieces of costume jewelry, belts, SLGs and shoes for prices that are reasonable for luxury items, if we consider that the prices at all luxury houses went up so much in the recent years. And Hermes seems to be one of the brands that always actually offered highest quality. And still does, which we definitely can argue about at brands like Louis Vuitton and Chanel. For some categories, the items of these brands there are not even that much of price differences anymore to Hermes. So for the longest time, I did not really want to dip my toes into the Hermes water, not even for an entry-level item, because I just didn't feel any connection with the brand. And if they wouldn't even want to sell me the bag that I might want, why should I spend my money on anything else from them? Well, being an Hermes shareholder since 2021 now, it's kinda as if I already bought something back then. And it's not just a random item, it's a tiny piece of the company, which I did because I saw the potential of the brand. Not necessarily for me personally, because I didn't feel very picked up by their marketing strategy of scarcity and artificial exclusivity. Never did, probably never will, but I absolutely do see their strategy work for the company, and I still think they stick up to the quality they promise, and I believe in the value of the company. And as crazy as that might sound, my stocks made me build up that relationship and connection to the brand that the brand marketing never was able to do for me. So I was finally ready to purchase my first Hermes item. And as you know me, of course I wanted to save some money and I went the preloved route. Which for quite some Hermes items is not even that much of a good idea, because they get even marked up, which is kinda confusing to me, because the true Hermes lovers, they don't even want to buy anything preloved, except maybe a quota bag, because they need all these smaller purchases as bait to get a Birkin or a Kelly bag. But I feel like this video is starting to get way too long. So let's finally jump into what I got and why. As I already said, I would consider it an Hermes classic. It's in so many luxury collections, it's a favorite of so many, and therefore I've been curious for it. And I had an eye on that item in general for quite a while, probably even a while of years. You can pause the video for a second and let me know down in the comments what you think that I got, because I'm curious to see if it's that obvious or if I managed to get something not everyone would expect. Let me know. I ended up with a very special limited edition version of that item, which are the Oran slides. Okay. I know that might be the beginner entry-level Hermes purchase. Maybe even boring to a point now, because you've seen them so often on so many channels, so many unboxings. And to make it even worse, we're already in August now, so even summer is nearly already over. But mine are special, I promise. It's not just the plain regular Oran slide. As I mentioned, I had the style in general on my radar for quite a while now, but never really bit the bullet, because come on, 565 euro for a pair of slides is a lot of money, even if it's Hermes. But when that pair popped up on Vestiaire Collective for an incredible price, I had to jump on it. And I know, Vestiaire Collective, the worst platform of them all, where I never wanted to shop again. This is actually the pleasant unboxing that I already mentioned in my latest failed Vestiaire Collective unboxing. And I at least do have a semi-solid reason that I started browsing on Vestiaire Collective again, because the payment provider Klarna was at my back with my latest devastating experience that stopped me shopping from Vestiaire for months, which already took part last year with that Charlotte Olympia clutch. You see it right above my finger in the background, because I finally got a full refund from Klarna for that scratched Charlotte Olympia bag that Vestiaire Collective sold me as very good condition. It took about half of a year and many nerves, but in the end I feel kinda as if when Vestiaire Collective messes up, which they do a lot, I'm still safe because of Klarna. But my Klarna experience might be worth its own video. Let me know in the comments if that is something you would be interested in, because then I will make its own separate video about it. And another thing, I decided to, whenever it's possible, if I really fall for buying anything on that stupid platform Vestiaire ever again, I'll try to go with the direct shipping, which doesn't cost the 15 euro additional fee. And then I'm the one that checks the condition, and I don't have to trust their check. This item was purchased with direct shipping as well. But I'm getting carried away again. Let's look at the unboxing part of my very first physical Hermes purchase, the classic Oran slides in a limited edition design. Well, this is not necessarily the way I would want to receive Hermes sandals, but let's hope they are fine. And since they were already quite used, I think maybe the seller wasn't too worried to send them like that. And as long as they are fine, I'm fine as well. There's a lot of tape used, so let's see how we can get rid of that. I can already spot an Hermes dust bag. This is really tough. Okay, I think there's no way to open this in a clean way. We're nearly through it. I'm super curious since this is my very first pair of Oran slides. Actually, my very first Hermes item ever. So, really curious about the condition as well, because it's set fair, but it looks as if it's quite alright, just the sole has been redone. And it really looks quite alright to me, at least shoe number one. Of course, here you see the new sole. But other than the sole having been exchanged, I think they are in decent quality. Condition, not quality. The quality should be immaculate from Hermes. So, cross your fingers, I'm going to try them on now. Prepare yourself for a weird try-on scene in a weird angle. Yeah, they do fit, I can already tell. Sliding in the slides, and they do fit. So, here we are, with my first Hermes purchase, my first pair of Oran slides, in a design that I personally absolutely love. It's smooth black leather with a leaf design in patent leather. All black. And I think I will put close-ups for you. If I'm completely honest, for my very first pair of Hermès Oran slides, I probably would have preferred a plain regular pair without the leaves. If I could have picked and if I would have purchased regular retail brand new from the store, I probably would have gone for gold or black, so check. When you hear the price that I paid, you'll totally get that I was fine to go a little bit extra with the design. They were listed for only 180 euro, which is mind-blowing to me, considering that Oran slides sometimes even get listed with quite a markup. Including shipping and without the Vestiaire Collective check-up fee, I ended up paying 193 euro and 50 cents. So less than 200 euro, which they are so worth it to me. The regular Oran slides cost 565 euro at the moment, and limited edition ones or ones with special materials can be even a tad more. And since these have special leaves in patent leather, I'm quite sure they were a higher price than the regular ones, but probably still way less than 565 euro, because I guess they are already several years old. In terms of pricing and condition, they were listed as fair condition, and I think the seller definitely priced them accordingly. But in my opinion, the person still could have gotten way more for them. Because yes, they have been obviously, let's do it that way, worn a lot. The sole has been completely run down to the point where it had to be redone. There are some signs of wear on the wood parts, and there are some tiny cracks in the patent leather leaves. But especially when these shoes are worn, they look stunning and you hardly can recognize or notice any of these signs of wear at all. And excuse me, whoever checks the down sole of your shoes has a little problem going on. Of course, this is a new rubber sole, it's not the Hermes sole anymore, you only can see a tiny part of it. But that's just what happens if you wear shoes with a leather sole very frequently. These shoes, they are already worn in, and I don't have to freak out that I will put the first signs of wear onto them. Win-win, I would say. I did a whole lot of research on the Hermès Oran slides and how to authenticate them, and I'm very confident about my purchase, that they are authentic. But what I wasn't able to figure out, and where I need some help of the Hermes experts out there. Does anyone remember that collection with the patent leather leaves and knows the year when they have been released? I did find several similar pairs on the internet in different colors as well, but they were never listed with the year or a collection name. And I'm always super curious for these things. So if you know more, or you yourself even bought them back then, definitely share the year with us down in the comments, because I really would love to know. A few words about my impression of the sizing. I'm usually between a size 41 and a 42. rather a 42, and I did go for 42, which definitely was the right choice, because even though they are already broken in, they are still quite a tight fit. I'm not sure if they are even produced in a woman's size 43, so probably I'm lucky that the 42 does fit me. Let's finish with my resume. If I think the Hermès Oran slides are worth it. If I'm hooked for Hermès now, and if I consider to get anything else. Or even start my Hermès journey. Well, the ones that I got, they are definitely so worth it to me. I did not even spend 200 euro on them. And I got my first pair of Hermès Oran slides to try it out for a price that you could take even if it would not work out for you. But it did work out. Whenever I wear them, I feel so special, and I know it's even kind of ridiculous because a lot of people probably would not even recognize the H if they are not into Hermès, and some might know the Hermès H Oran slides, but might not recognize that these pair with the leaves is an authentic pair from them and might think this is just a lookalike or something, but I know that these are the authentic Oran slides and I feel special wearing them, and I love the look. They elevate each outfit. I fall for them. I have to admit that, and I see why so many people love them and collect different colors. So I'm definitely not disappointed in my very first Hermès purchase. And I'm definitely not averse to get anything else from Hermès now. Maybe even a second pair of Oran slides. I even started scrolling the Hermès website every now and then, checking which sizes in which colors are available for these slides. And there was a point when I had Jade in my car because they were available in size 42, and I think that's such a stunning color. Probably, well, I guess it's a limited color. Maybe not just this year, but I don't think they have this color every year. If I'm wrong about that and you know it better, share it with me down in the comments as well. So I was really drawn to them, but if I'm completely honest to myself, I don't have that much to wear with that color. I love the color, but I don't know what to wear with them. So probably if I would purchase a second pair, I probably should rather go for the gold and not for such a special color. But I love the color. Well, I can't myself, and I didn't check out with the Oran slides in Jade in my car, but I was tempted. Not on a Hermès journey though. I still can't wrap my head around the bag prices and the hoops you have to jump through to get offered a bag, but I really like those shoes. Do you have any Oran slides in your collection? If so, which color? Share it with us down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you next time, and bye! The bag as the very thing to cover in its all, which, and if they didn't even would want, and if they wouldn't even want to.